Me watching world tension skyrocket on my Shrek TV. I wouldn't want it any other way. I think it just helps with coping. Germany after increasing their military budget by 100 billion. It's good to be back. Is it really 100 billion? It's actually 112 billion in US dollars. They ain't messing around. This is why everyone needs to be very careful making these memes. It's like we're asking to just jinx it. Adidas suspends tracksuit shipments to Russia. Now that's exactly how you get them to stop. Their willpower is gonna plummet. When you order military forces from Wish. What is Wish? Make-A-Wish Foundation? I'm assuming this is not an American company. You know, funny thing is, the British did something similar during WW2. It's a great way to fake out the enemy. When someone says that this town isn't big enough for the both of us, so you make it bigger to avoid any sort of conflicts. Oh, dang it, I guess I'll just go get the bricks. It's pretty much how every big modern city was built. You know things are serious when these three pick a side. I have been tagged in almost every single article talking about how Switzerland is no longer neutral. It's literally history in the making now, boys. Me after learning to be a good leader from YouTube after they've removed the dislikes. Ah, so that's what caused this whole thing. Me walking into prison and seeing everyone else who dodged the draft. Either that or me showing up in Mexico seeing all the other people that successfully avoided the draft. Millennials living through their third once-in-a-lifetime crisis within 5 years. This is honestly what it feels like at this point, and I don't even know what to do about it. Like, imagine having an entire generation of people just be this meme. Thinking back to when it was just the pandemic. Ah, the memories. If only we could go back. United Nations be like, why is it when something happens, it's always you three? USA, Russia, China. Yeah, everyone wants to know what they're about to do now. Please, China. No. Third world dictators when they hold an election and win 175% of the vote. Wow, I really wasn't expecting this as they pull out a whole 20-minute speech that they wrote last night. History students in 2025 analyzing the WW3 memes in preparation for their final exam. Oh man, did I study this Wojak enough? Russian soldiers, we are keepers of the peace, not soldiers. Rest of the world, didn't you attack Ukraine? Yeah, peacefully. Yeah, right. It's kind of weird to not see Russia though as Emperor Palpatine in this meme. The perfect cosplay doesn't Wow, I really didn't know it was... In the beginning, it didn't look like anything. No, this really is the greatest cosplay I've ever seen. Entire Western world wants Germany to build a huge army, march through Poland, and fight the Russians if needed. A certain German leader with a skinny mustache man right now? Very confused. Average Russian people waking up and reading foreign news. Hey, there's a lot of them out there protesting. They're at least trying. Russians be like, €1. They're coming for Venezuela for that top spot. A few days ago, I saw that the Russian ruble was worth less than Robux video game currency. Another dub for the great empire of Roblox. MFers for the next 32 hours after getting a buzz cut. John Bernthal is basically the main reason why I buzzed my hair a few years ago. I just wanted to rub my head half the amount of times he does it in all his shows. Russian soldiers after Ukrainians remove road signs to confuse them. You'd think they'd be using like GPS or something like that. When you find out that your country's internet is going to be like North Korea. Ah, I know who you're talking about. Clearly it's Iran. The Russians don't want you to know this, but the tanks on the road are free. You can take them home. I have 458 tanks. Gotta collect them all, man. I'd be like a Pokemon trainer right now if I was there. Someone has just quite possibly made the greatest discovery of all time. Send Nikocado Avocado back to the motherland. Everybody's gangsta until the fitted sheet comes loose. When I was younger, I used to not even fix it. I would just sleep on the mattress itself. I'm not going through the trouble of having to put it back on. I wish that was a joke, but it's not. Should've never smoked that stuff. Now I'm stuck in the Squidward ethno state. I ask myself every day why the writers of SpongeBob decided to just throw in a random ethno state. It's all fun and games until these folks get involved, not the Appalachian Mountain people. Wait, people always say that I'm pronouncing Appalachian wrong. I'm from the West, so I guess that's why I don't know how to pronounce it. In Kyiv, a guy just kept a normal routine and went for a bike ride surrounded by tanks. Cyclists think they own the roads even on a freaking battlefield. If you think this is bad, just imagine if you attacked the Netherlands. You'd have over a third of the nation out there blocking the roads. The Netherlands literally pays people to go out biking. Russia invades Ukraine, China sends aircraft to Taiwan, and then there is the emus. They've been preparing for this day for literally decades. At any moment, Australia will capitulate. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, a stingray, where he was on September 4th, 2006. I don't want to start slandering an entire species, but there is one specific stingray out there that I really don't like. This man was like the Australian Bob Ross. How to talk to your dog about the fall of Constantinople. It's best to minimize the tears. You don't want to upset the puppy too much. Cubans driving their 60-year-old piece of crap Soviet cars. OMG, that's such a cool retro aesthetic. I hate to admit it, but I have definitely been one of these people. I'm a fan of those styles of cars. What am I gonna do? Scientists, we just split an atom. Government, can we weaponize it? Scientists, no, this can take out entire cities. Lucky for you, that's what I like. I've been trying forever to figure out how I'm gonna destroy the entire Earth. Russia invades Ukraine. Germany be like, Poland, here I come. What? Oh, no, sorry, force of habit. Wait, let's hope they don't stay in this stage here, because things like this be making me a little nervous. Germany suddenly having the 3rd highest military budget. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kind of just came out of nowhere. With great power comes great responsibility. When you realize Germany always loses world wars and they've just joined your team. It's so strange that Germany is one of the most talked about places right now. I guess we're all just waiting to see how they're going to respond. Seeing what's happening in Ukraine as an Eastern European male of military service age. Yeah, I recently just looked up the draft ages, probably along with the rest of the world, and it seems like 18 to 26 are the big ones. But at least in the US, you're liable for training until you're 35, so that's unfortunate. Russia invades Ukraine. China sends aircraft to Taiwan. Then there's England. Oh, that was a twist. Queen gonna come back for her territories. Let's go. I wouldn't really mind that. Kids 50 years from now trying to figure out why all the major historical events happened in a single decade. Talk about one of the most confusing history exams they're gonna take in their life. I love how a world where nothing happened in Ukraine would have probably led to this being like the biggest meme of the week, and then it just completely got overshadowed and no one talked about it. Ukraine is being invaded, says Chrome. Oh no! All the other web browsers responding, we need to help them. Yeah! Guys, the USSR collapsed. Thank you for that 30-year-old information, Internet Explorer. I see you're just as quick as ever. North Koreans, if their leader ever dies. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. Yo, that entire country is just full of untapped acting talent. They all could win the Oscar. Flat Earthers, when they realize they have been breathing from the atmosphere and not the atmo flat. This is how you cause them to instantly, spontaneously combust. It was that easy. It's a pillow fight, and you have memory foam pillow. Now I become death, destroyer of worlds. It's like bringing a machine gun to a knife fight. Students after finishing college. I serve poverty. Oh, it won't be that bad, just for at least like 20 or 30 years. Healing myself 29 times versus the boss that heals himself once. It is completely unfair. All the knowledge leaving my body 0.03 seconds after completing the exam. Gotta make room for all the other useless information for the exam I'm taking tomorrow. Your dog looks angry. He's fine. Go stroke him. Your cat looks really cute. He's nuts. Don't go near him. Everyone has that friend in the group where when you go to their house, they're like, do not touch the cat. They show you the battle scars they got from 2006. 2010, and both California and China be like, I should build a high-speed rail system. 2012, no, cancel it and make it a hyperloop instead. 2015, nothing, while China's built 8,000 miles. 2018, still nothing, but China's at 16,000 miles. 2021, we will have a prototype in a few more years. Okay, China, you can stop now. Sadly, I don't even think California started in 2010. We started in like 2008. The official Bosnia Twitter account tweeting out, hey Croatia, could we please get access to the Adriatic Sea? Then Croatia just responding with this. This has probably just become one of the greatest Twitter exchanges of all time. I'm literally just gonna start tweeting this meme to every single landlocked nation in the world. I don't know why I started laughing in the middle of that. I just actually thought about the process of doing that. That'd be pretty funny. Humans finally landing on Mars. Them finding the remains of a Viking longship. Never underestimate just how far the Vikings went to explore. If they could make it to North America in the 10th century, they could definitely make it to Mars. 6-year-old me in my classroom after the teacher tells us the sun will blow up in 5 billion years. This was actually the beginning of my severe depression. I never got over this. The teacher isn't teaching well enough. I'm so bad at maths. It's so hard. Not doing work or studying. I don't know how I feel about this one. This is a hard meme because I did study and do homework, but I would still do bad in my maths. Would you rather look like Quentin Tarantino or talk like Quentin Tarantino? You are not allowed to oof yourself. Talk about top 5 hardest questions to answer of all time. Someone looking at the book, The Catcher in the Rye. Wow, Holden Caulfield is a deeply troubled person, traumatized without anyone to confide in. We as a society need to pay more attention to the needs of the mentally ill. Holden is a wimp, LMAO, but this is actually the ultimate response to reading Catcher in the Rye. It's just one of the most common themes that constantly goes over the reader's head. Isn't that right, Mr. Chapman? Old people on their way to completely miss the point of a meme on Facebook and comment that they don't know who this person is and why they're appearing on their phone. Thanks, Grandma. You've commented this 7 times this week. Why haven't they put that woman in the home? Googling, my wife yells at me. First off, try talking with her about her yelling and how it makes you feel. Be sure to listen to her part of the story too. If that doesn't, yeah. Versus Googling, my husband yells at me. Top results. Oh, dang, India. We live in a society. The moment I get yelled at, I'm showing up to that domestic violence help center. I don't care. My dog when someone is freaking breaking into the house versus my dog when a leaf falls without his permission. Everyone knows leaves are incredibly dangerous. The Titanic is sinking and Jack be like, we have a big piece of wood, we can survive. Rose, I have that big piece of wood. Has anyone ever tried to figure out, like, what if they took turns? Like, what if Rose at one point got off the door and put Jack up there. And every like 5 minutes they'd switch. I feel like Jack should probably check himself into that domestic abuse center. When you're rich enough to buy a big boat, but still can't afford water because Nestle bought it all up. I just want a boat so it can sit in my driveway for a few years. Gamers, when they go outside, seeing real life graphics are amazing, but gameplay and storyline are terrible. There are a certain portion of gamers that won't care. All they care about is that look, baby. Cats going hee-hee to cardboard boxes versus not hee-hee to this. Crates are equivalent to hell in the cat universe. Switzerland creating super soldiers just to stay neutral in the next war. Imagine instead of Captain America, it's Captain Switzerland, who just kind of sits on the couch and does nothing. But he is buff as hell, though. Reasonableness. Martin ate 4/6 of his pizza, and Luis ate 5/6. Marty ate more pizza than Luis. How is that possible? What? Oh, the pizza sizes? Marty's pizza is bigger. That is not possible because 5/6 is greater than 4/6, so Louis ate more. What? Yeah, bro, this was Marty's pizza. I don't get this test. No one. Kurzgesagt. We will nuke the moon! That was a fantastic video, though. The first guy who proposed that trees are alive must have been like, pretty much all scientists in all parts of history have always looked like this. It's kind of a normal thing, just comes with the territory. Newly landed germs on my hand partying. The 0.01 germs whose entire families got wiped out in that last hand wash. You people have no idea the war crimes I've just witnessed. Drones were invented in 1907. Cameramen before 1907. They were literally like the ninjas. They were just working in Hollywood. Parkour actually got started because of the old manual drone operators. They're just living life in creative mode. People with disabilities, then there's circus owners during the 1800s. Well, hello there. Yeah, this was kind of depressing. I wonder if they got paid well. British people when they run out of tea bags today. Today, isn't it like this in Britain? Pretty much every day. It's just part of the routine. It would explain why they're so depressed. Me on my way to politely ask the mafia if I can join them after finding out I'm 0.1% Italian and 0.5% Canadian. Wait, what does the Canadian have to do with it? Is there some sort of mafia mystery that I'm missing? Maybe they're laundering money through the syrup industry. Me in the back of the car pretending to be Superman in... I could already tell this one's gonna be funny. In order to disassociate from the grave situation I'm in, Dad has had a heart attack at the wheel and we're going 100 miles an hour on the wrong side of the freeway. Yep, it was good. I think everything's gonna be fine. Nintendo when I discover a new species of bacteria and name it Mario. Wait a second, that's exactly how we can destroy the No-No virus. Let's call the next variant Mario, and then we'll know this company will literally blast it into oblivion. Never impede on their copyright. Me trying to do work I don't understand in a group versus me doing the exact same thing, but by myself. Why would I try hard when I'm in a group? Someone will figure it out for me. Hey Japan, how's it going? Looking at their crude birth rate statistics. Yeah. Seems like this is pretty much how it's going to be going for quite a long time now. I always love to check exactly how they're trying to tackle that situation, especially because they don't really want, like, others besides Japanese. Aren't they, like, literally giving out money for people to have kids? Old generation during WW1, patriotic and willing to join the army. Then there's the current generation at the risk of literal nuclear war. Haha, the apocalypse is funny. Top 10 games that copied Minecraft. We have... Wait. Minecraft wasn't made in the USA. I do believe there was probably a bad Chinese knockoff, though. Sweden, who actually made Minecraft. Am I a joke to you? For some reason, when I said that phrase, it's like the entire population of that country came together to build this game. They had to compete with Denmark's Legos. YouTubers on their way to make all ending videos on a game 1 second after it releases. This is YouTubers in my niche making all endings of every country that's ever existed. I miss those videos. When you go from high school to college, I just want to go back to hell, where everyone thinks I'm smart and funny. Yeah, this is kind of when everyone goes through their, like, quarter life crisis. News! Tomorrow, the 2022 Winter Olympics will come to an end. Me, who didn't even know they had started yet. I feel like this happens every time the Olympics starts. I'm so oblivious to this stuff. When people are talking about Asians, we have, yes, Japanese, Koreans, and Chinese all in the photo. Indians also trying to squeeze their way in. This is like some scary basic geography that people just refuse to acknowledge. I still don't understand. I know I can go out the street right now and talk to an American that will not agree with me that India is Asian. The logistic operations and readiness from all these different generals. We have this American anonymous person saying, if we don't know what we're doing, the enemy certainly can't anticipate our future actions. USA, oh, I'm 10 steps ahead of you. And I haven't even figured out what game we're playing yet. Chaos is the ultimate strategy. Me leaving the exam room having more knowledge than I walked in with. Ah, apparently Marty's pizza was massive. He even though he ate only 4/6. And big thanks to my Patreon supporters.
Young Waifu,
Fat Nuts,
Gerbil Boy,
Why Am I Doing This,
Sussy Melody,
RyeThePie,
Nora the Bald Free Smiley
Philipp
Lover,
RF,
Orton 5610,
Drew's Argentinian
Alex Whitley is
Grandpa,
Mega Chad,
Alfonso M6,
aPhatNarwhal,
AryanAfterHours,
Barnsky W,
Canadian Union,
istoledrewspetdog,
Louise,
LuxembourgLover,
Majestic Unicorn,
Max Cooper,
McBlorf,
and Mimoshiki.